but still seeing Ahsoka there fills Anakin with rage. She was the one who betrayed him, left him in his time of need, when he needed her. Because, in other terms, she was the only one who knew about his... Because he was the one who knew about his marriage to Padme only. None of the other Jedi knew about it. Sure, Obi-Wan must have knew, because in the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan asked Anakin, "At least you told Padme I said hello." That one scene proved it. Now, what about all the other people that have wronged Anakin in his life? Watto, even. What about Watto, who wronged Anakin more and more throughout his life and his... Well, I don't think Anakin would want Watto's head on a platter. Anakin and Ahsoka would still have their final duel. Anakin would lose this one, but it wouldn't be on Mustafar, luckily. So Anakin would not burn. Which I'm happy that Anakin won't burn in this timeline. But his body would still be in the Darth Vader armor. As Yoda would walk into the Senate, some of the senators yelled "traitor," as some senators want the Jedi's head on a platter. Palpatine states in an act of fear, like in his office, saying that the Jedi have come to finish the job. But once Yoda reveals his grass-colored blade, Palpatine is forced to reveal his crimson blade. Mas Amedda, who watches this, is surprised and tries to run, but is stopped by Bail Organa and the Senate Guard. As Ahsoka had removed all the inhibitor chips. In this timeline, Palpatine would still find Anakin. He would put Anakin back in the Darth Vader armor, and him and Anakin would retreat into the farthest reaches of the galaxy. The two wouldn't have an empire because all the stormtroopers were made just of the clone army. So there would be no clones. But Palpatine does have access to the cloning facilities on Kamino. Meaning that, as we saw in the Bad Batch, we saw that in a season 1 finale, we saw that one of the doctors was put in charge of a new project, which could mean making stormtroopers for the Empire. He would still destroy the cloning facilities. Would Anakin be arrested for his crimes against the Jedi Order? No, but Anakin would choose to go into exile. As Yoda tells Anakin to keep his lightsaber, Yoda gives Anakin training to train his children. Not the way he was trained, but better. Anakin agrees, bowing to his masters. Anakin and Padme would leave the temple. Obi-Wan would tell Anakin and Padme that he would stop by to visit now and again to give tips to his niece and nephew. Anakin would say, "You're always welcome to visit, old friend." Anakin and Obi-Wan would look at each other with one final word. Even though we never agreed at times, "I'm going to miss you, Anakin." Anakin and Obi-Wan would share one final hug. Now, where do we look at the timeline next? Wait a minute, Anakin's Darth Vader in this timeline, isn't he? Yep, so the children still go into hiding. But the Republic's Senate would remain. The Empire would not be reorganized into the Galactic Empire, the Imperial Senate. Instead, Bail Organa would take the Chancellor's seat. Bail Organa would remove all the corrupted senators from the Senate. Meaning Masameda would be arrested and held for treason. Masameda, Lot Dodd, and all the other senators, well, basically those guys are already because as you remember, Anakin killed them in the original timeline. He still will in this alternate reality. Darth Vader and Palpatine would still look on their construction of the Death Star. As an 11-year-old Luke and his parents watch on. As 11-year-old Luke, Owen, and Beru look on at the twin suns together as the credits begin to roll. There, half the Jedi survived Order 66, and the clones survive. And half the Jedi Order survive. Actually, let's play something fun here. This is idea 2. Instead of Anakin being angry that Ahsoka's there, Anakin would turn off his lightsaber and do what Ahsoka did. Anakin would contact Obi-Wan, telling him that he wants to leave the Order. With Obi-Wan looking at Padme, and Obi-Wan sees it. You are the Father. Anakin tells Obi-Wan to let the Force be with him. As Anakin and Padme would set off for Naboo. At this point, Palpatine lost another apprentice. So he's going to have to find a way to pull strings yet again. So now Palpatine's going to need a new way to pull strings because we already looked at what the consequences for the Senate brawl are. So tell me, is there a better way that Order 66 could have ended? Let me know in the comments. And keep in mind, this is a remake of an older video I made. I'll see you guys next time.